Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back to our Factorio playthrough. In this episode, I would like to get steel and stone brick production set up. So we're going to go ahead and get working on that. First, let's check our map, see how we're doing with biters. We have a very big biter base up there, and our pollution cloud is getting close. That one concerns me. That's going to bring in a lot of excitement if we're not careful. So let's get our steel and stone brick set up, and then we'll go take care of that as our next order of business. Once we have steel done, we can start to make better ammunition. So that's a concern. Okay, so I'm heading over this way so I can pick up some stone, because I'm going to need to make more stone furnaces. Had a couple of good questions in the comments from our recent videos, and I'd like to first of all acknowledge one of the viewers, one of my first, if not the first subscribers, Mr. D Books. He's always very active in the comments, asks a lot of good questions, makes good observations, and more than once has kind of helped me do a better video. So I'd like to say thanks, Mr. D Books, for your help. One of his questions was why I'm planning to skip over steel furnaces and go from stone directly to electric, which is a valid question. And the reason is only that I want to avoid wasting material on steel furnaces, since they're not really going to be useful once we upgrade. With stone furnaces, at least, once we upgrade to something different, the stone furnaces are used as an ingredient for boilers, which we'll need some of at least anyway, whereas steel would just be wasted. So I mean, that's really the only reason, just to avoid wasting materials on something that will be used for a short time and then never used again. I don't know if it's really that big of a deal. And if we get to the point where it's taking too long to get to electric and we need more capacity, then yeah, we'll go to steel. But anyway, thanks for that comment. It was a good question. Hope it makes sense, what I just tried to explain. Okay, so for steel, I'm going to put it right next to my iron line, since it uses the same ingredients, iron ore and coal. For the steel, however, we need 2 rows, and I've been thinking of a good way that we can set up a steel line with stone furnaces in such a way that it would be very easy to upgrade to electric furnaces later. And it's kind of complicated because of the difference in size. Okay, so if pretend that these were electric furnaces, I would want to do something like this. And I'm just using these because these are the same size as electric furnaces. They're 3x3. Okay, so I would have my output line here. I would have ore coming in on both sides there. And then I would just have inserters like that. Okay, so that's kind of our end game, right? That's what we want to get to for steel. Now, stone furnaces are smaller, so we can't do that immediately, of course. So, thinking of how we could do this, if I was going to do steel furnaces, I would have another belt down the middle of coal to feed fuel into the furnaces that are making steel from iron plates. But we don't need that for electric, so I've been trying to think of a way that we could set this up to avoid having to put that extra line there that will eventually not be used at all. So let's take a look at that. If we did something like this, okay, this is making iron plate, this is making steel plate, and I'm thinking if we put a belt down the middle, and if I side load coal like this, then we can have coal and ore here, make our iron plates. These are going to insert onto the far side of the belt. So this belt down the center can be iron plates and coal, which these furnaces can then draw from to make steel. So I think I'm going to set it up like this, and we'll see how that works out. All right, let's do it. So let's make some more furnaces from stone. And we're going to do the same starting layout of 2 rows of 10. Although in this case it'll be 2 rows of 20 for the steel, of course. So let's start getting this going. And I want to set up as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I want to set up a dedicated line for stone bricks, because we're going to need to use those for making electric furnaces, for one, and they also will be needed for making walls. And I expect that we're going to need a lot of walls in this playthrough for the proper defense of our base. So I'm going to err on the side of overproduction of stone brick. Okay, need one more furnace for this, and then I'll go ahead and make 5, 10, 15, 20 for the stone bricks that we'll set up next. Okay, and then a line down here. And I suspect that I'm not inventing something new and ingenious with this steel setup here. I'm sure somebody else has done this already. So don't if one of you invented this, then I don't want you to think that I'm trying to take credit away from you. But I did come up with this independently, so. Take a small amount of credit, at least, for being the 100th person to come up with an idea. Okay. All right, so we need to do iron ore and coal here. And we've been setting this up with the bottom half of the inserter on the center line. Okay, so we've got gun turret upgrade 3 finished. Let's research. I see a couple good options here. We could do tool belts, lab efficiency, we could do solar panels or lasers. Actually, let's do sulfur, because we're going to need that so we can make batteries. Okay. And then underground belt here for coal. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Let's get this going. This needs... It's Monday morning as I record this video, so that's my only excuse. I do beg your pardon my awkwardness at this point. Okay, there we go. And let's see. For now, I'm just going to split off of this ore line. I know we're going to need more miners eventually, but I don't think that we're going to put all 22 of those miners to full use at this stage of the game. Okay, and then let's get our coal side loaded. Now we want it to be over there. So I think I could just put some more splitters and underground belts here to affect that change. Let me grab some iron so I can make some more of this stuff. May need to put some more coal miners. Okay, and we need to do one more of those. Go up one more. Okay. Yeah, let me go put down a couple more miners of coal so that we don't run too low. I want these belts to fill up a little bit quicker. All right, let's take a look at our power real quick. All right, sulfur is done. All right, so we can do batteries, we can do solar or lasers. Let's do batteries, and then we'll start working towards laser turrets. So those are good to have. Okay, so I think our belts are set up properly now. So let's run in electricity. And we'll do 2 sets of poles on each side. Let's make some more of those. And then we'll start putting in our inserters. There we go. All right, check my map again. Still looks like we're okay there. If an attack does come from there, it'll be coming towards the area of most pollution, which is here over the iron mining area. Okay, so we can do advanced material processing. Let's do lasers first. Or no, let's do electric energy distribution so we get better power poles. Okay, so they would be coming basically towards this part of the base above our iron smelting area. I've already got 3 turrets there. All right, I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Hopefully we'll be safe for the time being. Okay, I've made a mistake. I need to sideload the coal on the other side of the belt. Like so. This one should be okay. They do need to go on opposite sides. Yeah, that one's fine. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, let's get the rest of these inserters set up. Clear this coal out of there. Okay, we've got that. So we'll do lasers. Okay, that side's done. And looks like I do have enough inserters to finish this. So. All right, so I think we're good to go now for steel. Now, like I said, when we upgrade this to electric furnaces, we will have to remove these extra lines of belts to make it work. But the main output line and the main input lines will stay as they are now. We'll just remove coal from the whole setup. Speaking of coal, let's put another couple mining drills down here. It's coming in fairly slowly. 2 more, and hopefully we'll be able to upgrade before we need more than that. Okay, so now we can research laser turrets. That's good. Eventually our defenses should be set up with laser turrets and construction robots for automatic repairs. That'll make things pretty easy to take care of. Okay, so getting steel down to our bus, we said that steel would be on this last set of belts. These were going to be green and red circuits, blue circuits, and then 3 belts of steel. Okay, so we need to get them down there. I'm going to make sure we leave room for our iron. So we'll space that out too, and run a belt this way. There we go. Okay, laser turrets researched. Let's do solar. All right, I've got these pointed the wrong direction. Can I do that? Oh yeah. Okay, so that's cool. You push R on one of those and it reverses both sides. That's pretty cool. First time I've tried that. Okay. And this will be the first line of steel on our main bus. Let's take out some of these trees. All right, good. So now that we have steel and we have copper, I would like to start producing level 2 ammunition, piercing rounds. They take 5 copper and 1 steel plate each. So let's go ahead and set that up here. I'm going to leave some space. Let's imagine that we had to run 2 lines of copper up there. And then I'm going to leave 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then 1, 2, 3. And that'll be for piercing rounds. Put a box in the middle. We'll limit that to, I guess we'll limit it to 2 stacks for now. Let's go with 4. I think we're going to need a lot of this, at least at this stage of the game. Okay, that'll be for copper, and that'll be for steel. All right, so let's get those set up. Make some more splitters, some more underground belts. Grab some more belts and inserters over here. And I'll pick up some more circuits down here. Okay, solar panels are done. Let's do accumulators. That's the other part of our solar equation there. All right, where were we? Some fast inserters. I think let's see, these have a production time of 3 seconds, 5 copper plates. So we will need fast inserters on the copper side. And we can use yellow inserters on the steel side, since that's only going to be 1 every 3 seconds. And let's grab some steel plates and make some medium electric poles. Because in this case, one of those poles would cover this whole setup here. All right, so I'm going to control middle click on my hotkey there to get rid of the previous selection. There. Okay, so now we just need to get our materials up there. Okay, and this one is going to be for steel. Okay, accumulators finished. Engines we don't need yet. We could do bullet shooting speed, modules. All right, let's start on advanced material processing so that we can start to work our research up to the electric ovens. Okay, so this one is blue. Then there's a space. Underground belt goes there. There we are. Okay, so we should be making red ammunition now. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then the next thing for us to do is set up the stone bricks, as I mentioned before. Once we have a few stacks of red ammo, that's when I would like to go and take care of this larger base. Speaking of that, we could also make some grenades. Those would help us as well. That takes iron plate and coal. So we could set up something quick over here. Okay. Advanced Material Processing 2 is going to give us our electric furnaces. Alright, so let's make 2 of these. And we'll do a setup like we did earlier over here. I'll just extend this out to put in some coal. There's the grenades. How many do we need? These have an 8-second. All right. In 8 seconds, we need 10 coal. So we'll use fast inserters there. I'll just put fast ones everywhere. And yellow ones there. And we'll limit that to 2 stacks. I think they stack in 100, if I'm not mistaken. Either 50 or 100. In either case, 100 or 200 grenades should be enough to get the job done. Okay. Good. So let's figure out where we want our stone brick production line to go. If we look at our map, the closest patch of stone is over here. And there's some coal not too far away. So we could set it up right over here and then just belt the stone brick over. I think that'll be better than belting the stone over and then producing it here. It will spread out our pollution more, however, so that's something to think about. And there's a little base down here. So I'm just trying to think now whether it would be better to do that. No, I think it might be better to try to keep our pollution concentrated in the same area rather than spreading it more. So we'll mine stone here and belt it up to just before our iron area, and we'll smelt it there. I think that'll be a better idea. All right. Okay, so we've got electric furnaces researched. Let's research concrete so that we can start to make our path. All right, so we're going to do 4. 7. We'll do 8 mining drills on stone. I hesitated there because, you know, like I said, I want to try to keep the pollution down, but, you know, at the same time, with the size of the base that we're going to be ending up with eventually, I don't think there's much benefit to tiptoeing around too much. We're going to have to deal with it at some point anyway, so might as well do what we need to do to get the resources we want to build up the base. Okay, so we'll put down 8. That'll be enough for now. And if we need more later, we'll put more. So I'll just do 4 and 4, like that. Start to run it over that way. And I'm just using these wooden power poles for here just because I have them already made. Okay. And actually, I'm going to craft some of these big electric poles to replace this long string of wooden poles that I put here. So let's do that instead. That's what these big poles are made for. It's spanning large distances. Okay, so we'll get rid of these wooden ones that we put down, and we'll save those for later. I do tend to use the small electric poles fairly late into the game, just because they're cheap on resources, and sometimes you just have one little thing that you want to cover, and I hate to waste a lot of, you know, the steel and everything that goes into making the larger power poles. There. Okay, good. So we've got stone being mined. We're out of time for this episode, so in the next episode we'll pick up where we left off here. We'll continue making our stone brick, and then we'll start getting oil set up now that we've got steel. And more than likely we're going to have to address this problem here to our northwest. Until then, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.